Grief brings a wide range of emotions, such as sadness, anger, guilt, relief, confusion, numbness, and none of them are wrong. One of the most important steps in processing grief is allowing these feelings to arise without judging or suppressing them. Many people try to stay strong or fear that fully feeling grief will overwhelm them, but emotional avoidance often prolongs suffering. Giving yourself permission to feel creates space for healing. This means noticing emotions as they come and letting them exist without trying to fix or rush them away. Emotions often come in waves. They may intensify unexpectedly and recede just as suddenly. Allowing this natural rhythm helps the nervous system regulate over time. Journaling, naming emotions, or pausing to breathe can support emotional acceptance. When feelings are acknowledged rather than resisted, they tend to move through more gently. This process builds self-compassion and reduces shame, helping you develop a trusting relationship with your inner experience as you grieve. This worksheet was designed to help people notice and accept emotions without judgment. Pause the video to review the exercise or take a screenshot for future reference. Grief is often misunderstood as a predictable progression of stages. In reality, grief is nonlinear and deeply personal. You may feel acceptance one day and overwhelming sadness the next, even years after a loss. Understanding this can reduce self-criticism and confusion when emotions resurface. There is no timeline for grief, and setbacks are not failures. Anniversaries, milestones, sensory reminders, or life transitions can reawaken grief unexpectedly. Rather than viewing these moments as regression, they can be seen as opportunities to integrate the loss more fully. Normalizing the nonlinear nature of grief helps people respond with patience rather than frustration. It also reduces the pressure to move on or meet external expectations. Healing is not about forgetting or erasing pain. It's about learning how to live alongside it in a way that feels sustainable. Remind yourself that fluctuation is natural. Accepting the uneven path of grief fosters resilience and emotional flexibility. This worksheet was designed to help people recognize that fluctuations in grief are to be expected. Pause the video to review the exercise or take a screenshot for future reference. Rituals provide structure, meaning, and comfort during grief. They help honor the loss and maintain a continuing bond with what or who was lost. Rituals do not have to be religious or formal. They can be deeply personal and creative. Examples include lighting a candle on anniversaries, writing letters to the person you lost, creating a memory box, visiting meaningful places, or engaging in acts that reflect their values. These practices offer a safe container for grief and can transform pain into connection and remembrance. Meaning making is a key component of healing. While grief often raises difficult questions about fairness and purpose, rituals allow you to create your own sense of meaning without needing all the answers. They acknowledge that the loss matters and deserves space. Over time, rituals can evolve as your relationship with grief changes. They may shift from expressions of raw pain to symbols of love, gratitude, or legacy. By intentionally honoring your loss, you affirm that grief is not something to eliminate, but something to integrate into your life story. This worksheet was designed to help people explore meaningful ways to honor their loss. Pause the video to review the exercise or take a screenshot for future reference. Grief is not only emotional but also physical. Expressive outlets allow grief to move through the body and mind in ways that words alone may not capture. Writing, art, music, dance, or gentle movement can all serve as powerful tools for processing loss. Journaling can help organize thoughts, release unspoken feelings, and create a sense of containment. Art and creativity bypass the analytical mind and allow emotional truth to surface organically. Movement practices such as walking, yoga, or stretching can release tension and reconnect you to your body during a time when dissociation is common. There is no need for artistic skill. Expression is about authenticity, not performance. Even brief, imperfect moments of creative expression can bring relief and insight. Some people find it helpful to set aside regular time for expression, while others engage spontaneously when emotions arise. Expressive practices also help externalize grief, making it feel more manageable. By giving grief a form, on paper, in sound, or in motion, you create space for reflection, integration, and self understanding. This worksheet was designed to help people use self expression as a means to process grief. Pause the video to review the exercise or take a screenshot for future reference. Grief can feel profoundly isolating, even when surrounded by others. Many people withdraw because they fear burdening others, being misunderstood, or facing uncomfortable conversations. However, connection is one of the most protective factors in grief processing. Sharing your experience with trusted friends, family members, support groups, or a therapist can reduce loneliness and validate your emotions. You do not need to explain everything or find the right words. Being witnessed is often enough. Even quiet companionship can be deeply healing. Not everyone will know how to support you, and that can be painful. It's okay to be selective with whom you share your needs, whether that's listening, distraction, or practical help. Grief support groups can be especially helpful as they offer understanding without explanation. Knowing others are navigating similar pain can normalize your experience and foster hope. While solitude has its place, intentional connection reminds you that you do not have to carry grief alone. This worksheet was designed to help people understand their needs during grief and how to communicate those needs. Pause the video to review the exercise or take a screenshot for future reference. Grief places significant strain on the mind and body. Fatigue, brain fog, changes in appetite, sleep disturbances, and lowered immunity are common. Self-compassion involves responding to these changes with kindness rather than criticism. This means adjusting expectations and allowing yourself to rest, say no, or move more slowly. Small acts of care such as hydration, nourishing food, time outdoors, warm showers, or soothing routines can support regulation during emotionally intense periods. Self-talk is especially important. Grief often triggers harsh inner narratives. Gently replacing these with compassionate statements can reduce emotional suffering. Self-compassion also includes recognizing when additional support is needed. Seeking professional help is not a sign of weakness, but of care and awareness. Treating yourself with the same patience you would offer a grieving friend creates a foundation for sustainable healing. This worksheet was designed to help people replace self-criticism with kindness. Pause the video to review the exercise or take a screenshot for future reference. Grief is a whole body experience. It activates the stress response and can manifest as headaches, muscle tension, digestive issues, chest heaviness, or lowered energy. Understanding this connection helps reduce fear and self-blame. The body often holds grief when emotions are overwhelming or suppressed. Somatic awareness, noticing sensations without trying to change them, can support processing. Gentle breathing, grounding exercises, or placing a hand over the heart can help regulate the nervous system. Movement and rest are equally important. Some days may call for activity to release stored energy, while others require stillness and recovery. Listening to the body's cues builds trust and supports healing. If physical symptoms persist or worsen, medical evaluation is important, as grief can exacerbate existing conditions. Recognizing the physical dimension of grief validates your experience and emphasizes that healing involves caring for both emotional and physical needs. This worksheet was designed to help people understand how grief manifests in the body. Pause the video to review the exercise or take a screenshot for future reference. Grief does not require severing connections with what has been lost. Many people find comfort in maintaining an ongoing internal relationship, also known as a continuing bond. This may involve talking to the person, remembering their guidance, or carrying their values forward. Continuing bonds allow to remain while adapting to absence. This can be especially meaningful when the relationship was central to identity. Rather than letting go, healing often involves redefining the relationship. This might look like honoring traditions, making decisions with their influence in mind, or feeling their presence during important moments. These bonds can provide comfort, strength, and a sense of continuity. Cultural and personal beliefs shape how continuing bonds are experienced, and there is no right or wrong way. What matters is whether the bond feels supportive rather than restrictive. Allowing the relationship to evolve alongside your grief can foster meaning and emotional integration. This worksheet was designed to help people explore ways to stay connected with what has been lost. Pause the video to review the exercise or take a screenshot for future reference. Grief can shake one's sense of purpose, identity, and meaning. While some people eventually find growth or insight through loss, this should never be forced. Processing grief does not require finding a silver lining. Over time, some individuals feel drawn to acts of service, advocacy, creativity, or lifestyle changes that reflect what they've lost. These shifts can bring a renewed sense of purpose, but they should emerge organically. Purpose can be small and present focused, getting through the day, caring for others, or honoring your own healing. Meaning may evolve gradually and look different than before the loss. Allowing space for grief and purpose to coexist acknowledges the complexity of healing. You can carry sorrow while also experiencing moments of connection, joy, or fulfillment. This balance reflects resilience, not betrayal of your loss. This worksheet was designed to help people reconnect with a sense of purpose after the loss. Pause the video to review the exercise or take a screenshot for future reference. While grief is a natural response to loss, sometimes additional support is needed, especially if grief feels overwhelming, prolonged, or interferes with daily functioning. Persistent numbness, despair, guilt, or inability to engage in life may indicate complicated grief or depression. A therapist trained in grief and trauma can provide a safe, non-judgmental space to explore emotions, meaning, and coping strategies. Therapy can help process unresolved aspects of the loss and develop tools for regulation and integration. Seeking support does not mean grief is too much or that you're failing. It means you recognize that healing does not have to happen alone. Professional support can coexist with personal, cultural, and spiritual resources. Grief is deeply personal, and there is no single right way to heal. Reaching out for help is an act of courage and self-care. This worksheet was designed to help people recognize when they need to reach out for help. Pause the video to review the exercise or take a screenshot for future reference.